Hello everyone, welcome back to our amazing channel. I'm your host, Madaki Ismail, and today we'll be talking about various challenges that we do face. We'll talk about challenges students do face in their education, and I'm here with.
Jacinta Ezekiel.
Okay, welcome on board. I would love to ask you a few questions. They may be tough or rough. So, if you are actually a student who is actually struggling with your education, or you're someone aspiring to be a student, you are at the right place. Jacinta Emmanuel, can you tell us the various challenges that students do face?
Okay, thank you for that beautiful question. Students face challenges like poor funding, lack of proper accommodation, overcrowded classes, and poor educational facilities.
So, do you think the current educational system supports or assists the students? Does it meet the needs of the students?
No, it
Okay,
doesn't.
why doesn't it?
Because the school focus more on the theoretical aspects of the learning rather than preparing students practically for the future ahead of them. You see students graduate without any they graduate without being prepared for the outside markets, without any skill.
Okay, so how does lack of accommodation, poor welfare affects the students' performance?
Okay, very interesting, because it actually take away their concentration.
Okay.
Being in class and then you thinking of, okay, after class I'm supposed to go get water, I'm supposed to, and then where you're going to get the water is actually miles away. Of course your concentration will not be there. Also, um, of course, without proper facilities like good accommodation.
They will not be in a good environment
Exactly.
space.
So
They will not be able to concentrate. So, what reforms do you think the government has done to enable or assist the students in such situations?
okay, there is even one already, which is Nelfon.
Okay.
All thanks to our president. Um, the Nail Fund has actually helped a lot of students come back.
So,
Like,
we should thank the
there were
president for
students,
this.
yes, there were students that actually left at some point because they couldn't fund their fees anymore. You know, some students they actually pay their school fees themselves. So
Without support from the parents, no
yes,
support.
yes, yes, struggling families. So
Were you once that type of a student who didn't gain support from your parents?
not really.
Okay.
I'm not, but I chose to be independent.
Okay.
Yes.
So, how did you cope during your old days of your education?
Honestly, it wasn't funny, but I was determined.
So,
Because
what
I
are
knew
your
what I wanted.
advices? What would you give? What advice would you give to struggling students who are passing through all of this?
Okay, I will say that determination first. Because if you
But
make up your mind,
the determination
that,
is not going to pay the school fees now. So, what's your advice?
of course, yes, you can call family members. You have family members, you have friends. They can actually assist. And like I said earlier, this nail fund is actually a way of
But
helping.
they're actually orphans. Sorry to cut you. They're actually orphans. So, how do they contact their family members?
Okay, while I was in school, I worked and schooled.
So, what advice would you give to students who are struggling in this type of educational system?
Okay, that is really interesting. You see, it's very important that you be determined about what you want. When you know what you want, you actually fight for it. Though it's not going to be easy, but you must just make up your mind that you want to achieve that thing.
Okay, listener, our guest Jacinta asked or advised the struggling students to be determined. May we ask her how? Because determination cannot pay the fees as well. So, how?
Okay, of course, yes, determination cannot pay the fees. You have friends, you have family members, you can reach out and some will help. Okay, even in a case whereby you don't find that help, you can actually begin a trade. Like during my time, I had to work while schooling. It wasn't easy at all. I think there were days I come back and then I cried because I was so exhausted and tired. Sometimes I even have tests in the morning. It wasn't funny, but I was determined. I knew what I wanted and I worked for it.
Okay.
Yes.
So, once you're done with the education, how did that help you?
That helped me because I got the certificate I wanted and I'm still chasing my career.
I would have loved to ask our guest about how her certificate was, what her score was, and all, but I wouldn't want our listener to know about that. So I guess Thank you very much for watching, and then I'll see you on the next episode.